morning. Kind of frosty. It was 20 degrees by my back door this morning. Actually coming over to take a look at some things, put a little hay out and stuff. Yeah, I continue going this way. I worked on my hill and stuff the last couple of days. That's why the dozer's sitting there. That's always, when I was a little bitty kid, that far hillside right there that you can see the tire tracks in is always washed out, rutted out, and just in bad shape. So I'm going to put some rough hay on each side of the tire tracks, and I'm actually going to spread gravel from the front of the bulldozer right there up the hill to the grass, or maybe up in the grass. I'm going to put some 2-inch rock and then put some old rough hay on each side. No power steering. Gotta love it. Armstrong. So, but running over here this morning to pitch some hay out. I wanted to come over and look at this other spot. Liable to screw around and get stuck. This thing has just got street tires. Not the best in the West street tires either. And it doesn't like frosty grass, much less anything else past that. Oh, yeah, put one jersey glove on. I took my other glove off to hold the camera, but I did put didn't use the hay ring. I spread out some hay, but I put out probably 15 bales, square bales, the other day, get where the doorpost isn't in the way. And they pretty much worked their way through that. And that's good. That's what I wanted up here on this little ridge. And there's not much left. There's a little bit they can pick through, and I still see a little bit of good hay in that, but they've probably peed on it. And they've got it where it's not doing so well. But you can see the big patches of broom sage that I have out here. I limed this field. I broke it up. I understand that was probably a no-no now, but you can see the green patches where I've fed coming down the hill and up through there over the last couple of years, or probably the last probably going on 4 years. But I'm not sure today where I'm going to feed. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm actually thinking about feeding in a spot I haven't ever fed before. Start working on that. The hay ring looks to be empty over there. We'll walk over and check it out. We'll probably have an audience here shortly. But I've never fed down in here, in this area here. So let's we'll walk over and check the hay ring also, but I believe it's time to do a little feeding right through here. Let me get down in here a little ways. This is pretty rough ground, so it's not going to hurt a thing for them to tromp around down here, because there really hadn't been any reason for them to tromp around down here. They have had, get out of the truck here and get out of the sun. Man, that sun is bright. Moon was impressive earlier as it was setting. It was just a beautiful, beautiful moon. Get my gloves out of the way of the camera. But, you know, not much going on here. Here, every once in a while, you'll see a sprig of Kentucky 31 sticking up. I mean, we've even got a cedar tree right here. Is this guy? He got bush hogged a while back. But a little bit of Kentucky 31 out here. Very little, nothing much else. You'd be hard pressed to find a blade of clover, I'm sure, out here. But I'm actually impressed that there's a little bit of Kentucky 31 starting to pop up. This is about the only place on the property that we still have buck bushes, and you can see the berries on them. Get over here in the, ooh, good clod of dirt, frozen. Down here in the bottom of the drain, you can see we're starting to get a little bit more pasture established. Been more animal impact and everything. Down here, they're doing a fabulous job of cleaning through the woods. So this little patch of woods here is pretty much going away, except for the marketable timber. I'll probably leave. We'll leave those 2 cherries there to grow out. There's a couple of post oaks up there on the hill we've discussed before. But the dogwoods and the cedars, they're going bye-bye. They're going through the wood stove. So getting them and just getting us a little bit more pasture. I mean, the thing is got these spots, patches of woods. In the summertime, cattle, they go out, they graze. They're out there grazing. They come here, chew their cud, drop off all the nutrients and everything that they picked up out in the fields here in the woods. So I'd rather it be out there and not here in the woods. So I'm going to try to get all my woods cleaned up. But yeah, look at this. They've done what we wanted them to do. Plus they've trumped the ground, got all kinds of little pockets in the ground. And man, they have done a number on that. You know, and I tell you what, I think I'm gonna go ahead and move the hay ring, because they've moved a lot of material down the hill, a lot. So instead of feeding out there where the dump truck is, I believe I'm gonna move the hay ring and give them a feeding up here in between the 2 trees. And that'll have this section pretty much done. And I can start on the next section down where those 2 cherries are and cut my way down through it. Got to get the poplar log moved there. And got to get that brush chopped up. There's a couple of things I need to get in there and get out with a chainsaw. And I'll bush hog the brush in, because that's what I did here. I left the brush. I did not, anything that was big enough to be considered firewood got cut, even if it was junk wood, even if it was hedge. It'll run through the wood stove. Everything else that was too small for that got left here on the ground as litter. And I think that's good. I'm actually going to try to get out in the next week or so and get me 5 or 6 tons of lime. And I'm probably just going to dump it out here in a sacrificial spot. Just dump it for spot liming. So like through here, I'll just bring the wheelbarrow out here, a little manual labor, and wheelbarrow this stuff, because I've only got 100 feet that I'm going to be going down that way. What I don't use, I'll scoop up with a tractor this spring and sprinkle somewhere else. But anywho, the cows have, you can see them through the trees over there, they found the truck, so I better tend to them. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.